Heyo everyone, it's Loki Monster here. In today's update, we're going to be doing a new quest line to unlock the Tailor Academy uniforms. And in this quest for the Mithril Shears, we're going to be helping the Tailor Scouts who will face off against the Fashion Police. Now note, you will have to have the Tailor Scout quest with Winnie complete in order for the quest the Mithril Shears to unlock. So when we talked to Winnie, she's told us that she sent her friends, the Tailor Scouts, out to get these Mithril Shears she needs in order to create these new outfits for the Tailor Scouts. But they have been missing for a while, so she wants you to go check up on them. Now, unfortunately, I can't give you a preview of the outfits because the shop is still locked, so we're going to have to unlock that shop. So, she hasn't heard from Melanie, so can we travel to Arkengrove to find her? So we're just going to bring up our travel menu, and then we're going to go to Arkengrove, which is at the bottom here of the list, and then Arkengrove Forest. Now, Tailor Scout Melanie is right here by the entrance, and when we turn that into her, all her Tailor Scout friends appear, and they ask you to join them on their hunt for the Mithril Shears, which they've almost found. So we're just going to turn that in, and then we're going to follow the quest arrow to the location of the Mithril Shears. Now, I did not know beforehand that it was way on the other side of the map, so you might actually find it faster to use your adventure menu, travel to the Arkengrove Tower, and then backtrack out to this side of the map. But it's up to you. It's really not a long trip. And once we get here, this is one of the locations the Arkengrove Wolf spawns. We'll click on that and it will. So when we click on a boss, it triggers a cutscene to find out that the Mithril Shears are already gone because the Fashion Police have stolen them. Now, I'm not going to show all the cutscenes. I don't want to spoil the story. Plus, it's an extensive amount of time. But we do find out that this little lady here was their friend before. Now, we're just going to turn that in. So our next quest is to return to Melanie. So we're going to bring up the menu, travel to Arkengrove and the forest again, and just do the short hop of the distance there instead of traveling back. Note, when I did travel there, it was like double speed. When you click on Melanie, it will explain a little bit more about the story, including that she left you a clue saying that the Shears were in any dimension out of pocket, and I figured that out right away, that it was in the pocket dimension. So I was like, woohoo, mystery quest at first, and then they just said pocket dimension. I'm like, oh really? You're not even gonna let us figure it out? You're just gonna give us the answers? But anyways, apparently, in order to travel there, we need some Arkengrove Wolf ruins. So you just have to go out, follow your quest arrow, and it will lead you towards the wolves. Or you could do what I prefer to do. Just find yourself an area that you know wolves spawn in quite frequently and kill all the mobs there instead of running around looking for a random wolf spawn. Make them spawn yourself. Now, for some reason, every single one of these quests I did, the first mob I killed did not count. But it only took me 5 out of 5 after that for this one, so we're going to hop back to the Arkengrove Forest and then see Melanie to turn it in. So our next quest, we're going to also need some pixie ducks, and the pixie ducks come from the brownies. Now right where she is a fairly good area, but there were a lot of people around, so I went over to the area by the tower. I like this spot. There are quite a few brownies that will respawn here, but you do, like I said, have to kill the mobs to get them to spawn. So now we can travel to the pocket dimension, but you're not going to use your travel menu here. You're going to actually talk to Melanie to do so. You'll see down there a travel crystal that will allow you to travel straight there. So we just have to go talk to the Tailor Scouts here, and we'll turn this in. And then we find out that the Fashion Police must have hidden their secret hideout somewhere, and that her tourmaline wand can reveal their location, but they need to charge it up first, so some of these wandering elementals energies should work. So we're just going to have to go and kill some of these elementals. And now in this case, you really do want to follow your pointer arrow to the right ones, because I killed some of the ones it wasn't pointing to and none of those did register. So definitely follow that arrow in the upper right hand corner to save a little time. So we're just going to turn that in now that we've gotten 10 of them. So now that we have that, we have to just find the portal and confront the fashion police. And the portal will appear, the arrow will point to it, and you can see it way off in the distance here. Now, I actually went full blast at the portal and figured I was going to go right through it, and whomp, hit it like a brick wall. You actually have to click on it to enter. That will trigger another cutscene, and this time we learned that this was all a big trap. And we are immediately returned to Arkan Grove, where we can talk to Melanie again and find out that all the Tailor scouts are gone. But not to worry, that Officer Prada again has left us a note with a clue, which says, do you want to look like a million bucks, but you keep dragging your feet? So buck chicken dragon, that's a drinking cave. So again, she has a travel crystal that you could travel straight there. So I'm just take a quick look to see if the gate's open. Nope, it's not. So you're going to have to travel all the way down until you find this topaz crystal. So this is our clue we were looking for. And we hear Melanie saying, "Hi Loki monster, it's me. Whatever you found in the cave is resonating with their wand and making a magical connection, letting her talk to us." And she believes that the Topaz Scout is trapped inside. And then she says, look, notice there's a fragment missing. So we're going to have to kill some Drickens to try to find this fragment. Now I'm going to pick apart this story quick. If she's talking us long distance on a wand, then how the heck does she know there's a piece missing from this crystal? Anyways, once you do find that with the Drickens, you can just hand that in and it fit in. So we just need to free the Topaz Scout, and you just have to click on the crystal here, and that should release the Scout. We'll just click on it again, and then she turns back into herself. So we just have to again click on her, and this time we have to choose our reward. We can either have the girl's uniform or the boy's uniform. It's up to you which you choose, so just pick which one you want and then turn that in. So when you've talked to Tailor Scout Wendy, here she says that she was given a piece of paper before she turned into stone, and the clue on that says, be on guard. You never know, we'll be looking in the shadows, which is Shadow Guard. I really wish they had left us to figure these out. So this is the Tailor Scout outfit. And you can again just use her to travel directly to Shadow Guard. Now this isn't even the scaled version of Shadow Guard. This is like the level 4. So the mobs are going to be really easy to kill here. And the crystal's hidden under the bridge here. So now we found this shard. This one's apparently missing 3 fragments, and we have to get them from the shadowy monsters. It doesn't seem to matter which ones you kill, just kill 3 of them. Now the Drickens I had to kill many, but this one I only needed 3 of 3, so then when we turn that in, we can free her by once again just clicking on the crystal. And then we can turn that in. She'll turn back into herself, which we'll just then click on her and talk to her. And again, we're going to have to pick whether we want the girls or the boys. Are you worried? Are you like me and having a hard decision trying to choose between them? No worries, whichever one you don't choose is craftable later. So this clue this time sends us off to find a horse with a cardboard tube on his head. So we're going to head to Unicorn Glen, and yes, once again, she has a travel crystal straight there, and the crystal is just off to the right here. Or that's my left. So we'll just turn this in, and now we find out that this ruby shard is missing 5 fragments. So we're going to have to kill unicorns for it. So does it matter if they're regular unicorns or 6 unicorns? No, they both count. But it did take me quite a few unicorns to complete this. So then we're going to free the Tailor Scout. So this one kind of bugs out here. I clicked on it and she didn't turn into herself. So then I had to click on it to turn it in, and she turned into herself. But then when I went to pick my choice of rewards, it wouldn't let me touch either of them to choose from it. And then finally I just hit OK and then clicked on her again, and then just picked which one. So it seems they added a couple extra steps in on this one, and it will be on the next one. Now this time the clue will lead you to mushrooms and the ornithol camp. So we'll just use her crystal again to travel straight there. When you get there, you just want to come down here and you'll see it up here on the ledge, the sapphire topaz crystal. And now this crystal, we need 7 fragments. You know, these crystals keep getting more and more fragmented as we go. So we're going to just kill these mushrooms. And again, not every one of these are going to count, but once you get your 7, just turn them in. And again, this one was a little wonky with freeing it. We clicked on it and she turned back into herself, but she didn't turn back into herself until you actually turned in the quest. Just makes it a little confusing when you're doing it one way and then it changes again. So again, you have to pick your uniform that you want and turn that in. So now our final thing says something about hearing. So the clue mentions a cackling noise and everyone deserting them, which is like a witch and sand, so it's the sand witch. And again, you can just click on her to travel straight there and travel all the way down to the very end of the dungeon, where you'll find your Tailor Scout and trigger a next scene, and you'll find out what this is all about. And this is actually an introduction to the Onyx Scout, which was a set that was released for Black Friday for gold. So now their friend Anne has joined them as a Tailor Scout. You just have to face off against the last officer of the Fashion Police here. Now it is a bit of a lengthy fight, but it's a very easy fight. If you're using a range class, you can stay far away from her. And just evade her attacks. I don't know how hard she really hits because I didn't get really hit by her. There were a few little scratches or whatnot, but she didn't seem to do much damage to me in any way. Once that's finished, we can just turn that in. We'll get our final cutscene and we can return to see Winnie to hand in those shears. And then Winnie can make a brand new Onyx Tailor Scout suit, as well as these new uniforms. So we just need to turn this in for our last reward, which is the Tourmaline Scout outfit. And then we have a choice. We can go to Arkengrove or Babylon. Well, I did originally go to Babylon first, but I'm going to hop to Arkengrove first to show you the brand new Glitter Exchange. Now, in the Glitter Exchange, you can get all the travel trails. Now, this shop is here normally, but if you want to buy any of the travel trails that are here, but the Onyx Tailor Scout have been added here to be able to be crafted with the glitter that you get from doing the original Tailor Scout quest. Now, you had to do that quest in the first place, but just in case you forgot, I will show you where you can get that glitter, just in case you do want to craft any of them. Now, like I said, it was available for gold. I got mine for gold at the Black Friday shop, so I don't have to do them. But with Winnie, we now have the Tailor Academy outfits unlocked. So, like I said, if you pick the boy, you can then craft the girl. And these are crafted with clothing bundles, which it takes 2 quests and some crafting to do, and not a lot more work than farming some glitter. And there is, of course, an Onyx uniform as well. And the fashion police uniforms are also available here. So if you want to craft them, you can do so. The crafting for the bundles, you just hit back here, and then we want to hit back again, and then we're going to go to sewing quests, and we want the fabrics and leather and needles and thread. And for that, for the fabrics and leather, you're going to need outcast cloth and sneevel leather. And I just noticed something here. They've changed this, so now you get 5 for each one. Now, before you used to do this, you'd only get 1, and the same for the needles and thread. You need 1 needle and then 10 umbro silk, and you'll get 5. And before it was 1 and 1. Now you go down to fashion crafts with those and go to clothing bundle, click on that, and you're only required 1 each for it, and it costs $100 to craft. Now if you really want to be lazy, you can buy them for 50 DC a piece instead. Before that used to be very tempting to just click this button and buy them. I'll just click it. I've got mine in the bank, so I can't actually buy any anyways. So I don't mind doing this grind rather than the lazy way. I will also point out, you can go to the moon here if you want to craft some glitter to get the black set. If you did not buy it for Black Friday, you can come here, and it's the exact same shop as in Arken Grove. And just in order to farm your glitter here, you just have to kill some of the mobs out here. Now, this video is far too long to cover another bit on how to do clothing bundles, but I may do a separate video. But it is in like my seam ripper videos and the dragon heart bow video. And like I said, if you haven't done the Tailor Scouts yet, you're going to have to do that before you can do this quest. And I do have a video for that. I will leave in the link below. And I'll probably do a separate video just on clothing bundles, because I do know some efficient tricks that are in those videos. And I always meant to do one. I want to thank you all for joining me. And if you like my videos, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Bye-bye. See you next time.
Lose control.